Welcome everyone to my channel, and we with you continue to follow our housemate's life and see what next trouble expected her. And today its book is The Housemaid's Secret by Freida McFadden. So this second book, and my expectation was lower than first book. Because usually second, third, fourth book it's already worse, right? And on this series, second book is very good, I would say. That Freida didn't disappointed me. I love this book. It's much better than first book. What is strange for the series, right? In the first book, for me, it wasn't any intrigue. I already from the beginning knew what it will happen, how it would happen, and it was everything predictable. But with second book, I thought that I knew everything, and I'm just like, okay, what it could be more clever in the second book than what it was on the first book, and it is. When I was read 200 pages, I still had the question, what's going on there? What it would be next? What is there? It just seems that I was read 200 pages and I still couldn't figure out absolutely anything. It seems that from the 200 pages it starts like totally new, different story, and I was so impressed about all these twists, what is Freida did, plus about how it's everything connect to each other, how it's logical, how it's interesting, how it's all the time keep you intense. So yes, this book is definitely better than first book. I definitely advise you to read it. It's a continual journey of the Millie, and it's another family find her and hired her, and husband said, okay, you need to clean whole apartment, but don't look behind the door of the guest room. There's my wife and she's sick and she needs rest. And that's what is I like, because it's reminding me of the fairy tale. It's called Bluebird. If you never heard about this fairy tale before, it's my recommendation to you. I was like this fairy tale when I was child. So this fairy tale about husband and wife, and husband was bringing his new wife to his house, and husband told his wife, okay, you can look in any room in this house, just don't look behind one door, specific one. He was pointing to that door, and of course eventually his wife was very curious and she was look behind the door, and there was heads of his previously wives who was look the same how she was behind that door. So yes, that's pretty dark story, but for me it was interesting when I was child. So this book was remind me that fairy tales, because here it was kind of the same. Husband told his maid that she is not allowed to look behind certain door. So that's what I already like about this book. It's this intrigue, and of course we kind of understood what it would be there, but still I assure you that this book is definitely worth your attention. It's definitely far from this genre. It's a really good thriller with a lot of twists. What is the most teach this book: don't make hasty decision and look careful around you. So yes, I definitely recommend you this book, and just buy it and enjoy as I was enjoy. It's really cool book. What's going on in this book? So it's continuous story about our housemate Millie. It's 4 years have passed. Story when she was help Nina with her husband, and now she is studying the college and still struggling with the money, struggling to find new job. She is living in the South Bronx, and she has a boyfriend who is named Brock. He is 32 years old, and he is a lawyer, and he has no idea idea about her past, so he doesn't know that she was before sitting in the prison for the murder. Also, our Millie, she has a stalker. It's Xavier, who is living in the same building where Millie living, just in the apartment below of her apartment. She has struggling to find a job, and suddenly she had a call from the Douglas Garrick. He is CEO of the huge company. Everybody knows about him. He is crazy rich, and he is want to hire her to be a housemaid in his penthouse. He looks good, he is successful, he is respectful, and he is told her that she can look around, clean everywhere except one room. It's a guest room where his wife mostly time spent there because she is sick, and usually she doesn't want that somebody bothering her, so he told Millie that she doesn't supposed to talk with her or knock to the door, and seems that everything starts to be better except that Xavier tried to rape her in the building, but Millie was protect herself, and she called the police. Police came, but police didn't believe Millie that Xavier attacked her. So Millie decided that probably she need to move to her boyfriend's apartment, where she doesn't want to move because she doesn't want to tell Brock about her past, and when she already decided that she probably will move to him, police again came to the building, find drugs in Xavier's apartment, and took him to the prison. Millie noticed that all this time it's some black monster start to following her, and she can be in the Manhattan, she can be in the Bronx or somewhere else, and over she sees this black monster, and it's make her intense and us too. Eventually Millie was look behind the closed door, finding the Douglas wife, and she was totally with plenty of bruises. Millie decided to help her. His wife, who is named Wendy, was talking with some her old friend, and her old friend gave her permission to stay in her farmhouse sometime, and that was option how Wendy can escape from her tyranny husband. So when Douglas went for business trip, Millie was rent red Hyundai, took Wendy, and they together went to the motel where Wendy is supposed to meet with her old friend. And all the time Millie has this feeling that somebody watching her all the time. And when Millie left Wendy in the hotel, come back to the city, she found out in the Black Mazda was her boyfriend Enzo, with whom they were helped plenty of the women, but they stopped because Enzo's mother, who lives in Italy, she was very sick, and Enzo went to her and spent there 1 year, and it was cause of broke up of their relationship. In the next night, Wendy called to Millie and told her that she is again in the penthouse. Douglas found her pretty fast, and she need that Millie again help her. Millie continued work for them. Wendy shoved Millie with gun they hiding because Wendy says that she probably going to kill her husband. And in a few days, Millie sees that Douglas tried to choke Wendy, so she was run for the gun and shot Douglas. Douglas seems was killed. Wendy said that Millie doesn't supposed to worry about anything, she will take everything for herself. So Millie went to sleep in her apartment. In the morning come police. Police took Millie to a police station and start to ask questions. Millie took her boyfriend Brock, who is her lawyer, but Brock have no idea about Millie's past, so he was found out in the police station about this and broke up with her there because he didn't expect that she would have a prison record. Police has some evidence against of Millie that seems that she was mistress of the Douglas, and probably she was killed him. And Wendy, who is his wife, was approved that she has some suspicions that probably Douglas and Millie, they had affair. Police was released Millie. They still didn't have enough evidence to put her to the jail. So Millie went to her apartment, turned TV, and see in the news it's actually was shot Douglas Garrick, but it was totally different man. So Millie has a question, so who she was shot on last night. And there's second part of the book where it's a story told by Wendy. And Wendy said that her goal was try to find a husband with plenty of money, and it was Douglas, and they married, but Douglas was had plenty of money, and at the same time he wasn't care about this. He was lived in this 3-room small apartment, and he didn't understood for what to spend plenty of money when it's even 3 rooms apartment. It's pretty a lot of space. And Wendy, she wants much more. Wendy convinced her husband to buy a penthouse on Manhattan where they can spend some nights when they be in the city, and at the same time they bought a huge house what is mentioned in the suburb. Wendy wanted to buy more furniture to their penthouse, and one day she was meet with Douglas' secretary, whose name is Mary Beth, and Mary Beth was advised Wendy to come to the furniture store of her husband. So Wendy decided to come, and when she was seeing Mary Beth's husband, they understood that they fall in love with each other and start to have affair. Douglas found out about this affair and cut all financial to Wendy. Wendy was very disappointed of this, and she decided to kill Douglas so that get all his money. And that's why she decided to hire Millie, who she knows that she doesn't like when husbands abuse wives, and she usually try to help these wives. So Wendy decided to make this performance that she is abused by Douglas, but Douglas was played by Russell, who is Mary Beth's husband. And the night when Millie thought that she shot Douglas, it was Russell, and it was everything fake, how we know. And in the couple hours after this, real Douglas showed up in penthouse with documents about divorce, and Wendy was shot him. Wendy and Russell, they went to the Mary Beth's cabin and spent time of the night and celebrate their new income. So they had bars, drink wine, and told her that she would have any penny because of the Douglas will. Everything will go for charity. And next call, it was from detective, and he said that he was looked at the camera in the penthouse, and he noticed that Millie already was lived in house, and after a couple hours Douglas showed up on the Wendy had shocked and went to the bathroom and seen that Russell killed in the bath, and suddenly it's power off, and somebody tried to kill her. So she again went to the kitchen, and it was lightning, and that's how she found out that it's Mary Beth come to her. Mary Beth gave her paper and pen where she can write her confession and say that she is going to die this night because she can bear this guilty. So Mary Beth was mixed some pills with the wine what is Wendy was drink and died. And at the end of book we see that Millie start to live together with Ansa, and actually it's Millie who opened her all truth and taught her what she's supposed to do. And let's discuss this book. How I said before, I was enjoyed to read this book. I love this book very much, especially compared with the first book, because okay, it's a lot of, you can find the similars what it was with the first book, but still it's very interesting and with a lot of twists. And when it was second part about Wendy, when it's Millie find out that she shot somebody different, I just like, how it's possible? How it happened? What is actually going on there? So I had like plenty of questions, but I thought that it's supposed to be some interesting twists there, because I seen that it's like still was left 100 pages, so it's probably doesn't supposed to be just like investigation why Millie was killed her husband. It's supposed to be something more, and after wasn't disappointed me, because when I was come close to the 200 page, I was already feel kind of bored, and I just like, okay, after give me some unexpected twists that I would be just like, wow, I didn't expect it. And after did it, thank you, Freida. This book is so far your best. We will see how it will be next book, because I want more read books of this author. If you have your favorite book, please left your comment and I will read it. So here I am in the most normal and healthy relationship of my adult life, and it seems like I'm determined to screw it all up, but I'm in a bit of a bind. If I tell him the truth about my past, he might leave me, and I don't want that. But if I don't tell him, one way or another, he is going to find out everything. I'm just not ready for that. So yes, it's what I wanted to talk with you. For what you need this relationship, what you know that it would be over. For what waste your time, right? Why you need all the time lie or hide the truth? Why you can't be open? Like for me, I don't know how it is to don't be open to your partner, because if you wouldn't be open to your partner, you would be always feel tense. And you know this when you have a hard day and you want back to home and just relax, but you couldn't relax if you hide the truth or lie or pretend somebody else. For me, home, it's about relax, about don't think about anything and just enjoy to be home. And it's impossible if you lie. Thank you, Freida, for example of this relationship where Millie spent 6 months with a guy with who she knows that probably they wouldn't have future. And what is a waste of time? We don't have so much time that waste so bad. And another part of the book, when I was extremely angry, it's when Javier was attacked Millie, and Millie was called to police, and police will show up and just like, so you were in these clothes when Xavier tried to talk with you, and it was seems that they tried to make her guilty. Because her clothes looks some seduce way probably, or like too open. And I think for police it's very shame to say like this. And second, it was exhibition where was showed what is were wearing the victims who was raped on that moment. And what it was the clothes on that exhibition, it was just regular clothes. It wasn't some open clothes. No, it was sexual, right? No, it was just like casual clothes. It was jeans and shirt, or jeans and sweater, or like skirts, like long skirts or long dresses. It was like different kind of clothes. And it was also experiment when they took these prisoners who was raped people, and they put him next to the computer, and there was shows it was just regular people who was just like cross the road, and they even not have idea that it was an experiment of them, right? So these maniacs they will watch camera, and they will find the victims on their certain way. It was at all not about clothes, it's more was about person, how she was walking, how she was look around, how was her behavior. It's more about this they were looking, but it was never about clothes. And I know one girl who is like on proposal that I wear some open extreme open clothes, and it's very short. It could be like a mini skirts, and everything open on her breast. Like yes, and she says that she on propose to wear this because when she is wear clothes like this, guys usually even don't look at her. They look somewhere like in the another side, and nobody even asks her like, oh, can I get your number or something like this. So it's not about clothes, and this what it was in this book. It's so old information, and these people who believe that if you would be wear these open clothes and somebody would be attacked you, they totally wrong, because it's not about clothes, but how experiment was showing. It's more about your behavior, how you walk, how you look around, something like this. I don't like so much how Freida makes the same how other authors when woman date with some man, and suddenly it's appear somebody another man, and so like this previously men after usually make very weak, right? It's like how it's Millie was dating with a Brooke, and afterwards it showed up Enzo, and Enzo was looks much more braver, more understandable, more stronger, right? This man who is good to manage any problem. And Brock starts to look more weak, like how Enzo was said to him that he is broccoli, right? I didn't like this moment so much because Brock, he is a lawyer, he was growing in the totally different environments, he was thinking totally different, so it's not that he is weaker than Enzo, no, he is so strong and could be very strong, just like in the different area. It just like how it's Millie was said in the end, that they just wouldn't match to each other because she was in the different environment, was raised, and she had totally different problems. Maybe Brock would help this woman who was abused by their husband too, but in the different way, more legal way, right? So I didn't like this moment so much when suddenly Brock started to be like, not so suddenly, he was kind of from the beginning start to look so weak, but I would more make accent that he is not weak, but he is different from the ends and from the middle. I was laugh a little bit of Wendy when she was married for Douglas, and she all the time like, oh no, he doesn't know how to spend money, he do it wrong, and actually it's my money. I know better how to do it. I will teach him how to spend more money and how it would be correct to him to do it, what to buy, what not to buy. And it make me laugh because I understood how many like Wendy, they just like show up and just like, okay, this is mine, everything is mine. You know, I understood when it's like a marriage couple, right? They are together, try to reach something, get money, like how it was with Russell and Mary Beth. They were together working and earn money and everything, so of course it's theirs, right? But Wendy, she just like show up and just like, okay, this mine, he doesn't know how to spend his money, I will teach him. He doesn't want that, I will teach him what is a bad husband, he is so much abuser and blah blah blah. You know, so this moment was funny and sad because it's reality, and we have have plenty people like this who just show up and first they are happy and afterwards try to convince you you're wrong. They know better what to do with your fortune. And another what it was for me strange is police took Millie and tried to arrest her, and seems that police just like didn't do any job. Find out is it really Millie's fault or no, is she really mistress or no, because it was obviously that Douglas, right, he has and with his friends, actually I'm pretty sure that he has some friends, right, with who he even spends some time, and maybe Maribeth, maybe he is a lawyer with who they're friends. Probably they also know that his wife is cheating him and they have this close relationship to the broke up soon and they are going to divorce, right? And when you collect information like this, probably you start to think that maybe it's the wife's fault. It's usually actually when one of the couple murders, so usually police first check his or her suppose, right? And afterwards it's already friends, relatives and others. So for me it was strange that they didn't collect any information, they just attacked Millie and they even didn't look for cameras. Yeah, what afterwards they just like, actually we will watch cameras and actually you know, so this was very strange, and unfortunately I'm pretty sure that many situations like this when the police just tried to went to easy way and even took to prison some innocent people, and I was watched TED talks. And it was actually in the one video says that it's in prison many people who is innocent because of because police usually didn't do such a good job. And conclusion. So yes, how I said before and during all this video, I repeat and repeat that this really good book, especially for this genre, because from thriller what we want that always would keep you tense, that we like unexpected twists, dark atmosphere, right? So it was everything here and pretty logic, what I appreciate in every book when it's logic. So mostly of here it's logic. Some situation it's what can happen in reality and we need to be prepared. Better if it wouldn't never happen to us, but I like how in this book shows police not so perfect when they try to went to the easy way. I like about some relationship what it can happen, right, and that we need in general to be careful and look around and pay attention for some details. It could help us a lot and maybe even save our life, right? So definitely this book is worth to read. It's much better than first book, and it's differently from 5 from the 5. Thank you that you're watching my videos. If you want support my channel, subscribe. If you're still not subscribed, how it's happened. And left your comment what do you think about this book, and see you in the next video.